Hello, everyone. Hello, happy Friday. It's a Friday evening. Let it rip. It's Friday. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello. We have some beautiful people in here today. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Sigs. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Virginia. Hi, God One. Hi, Moody. Hi, Joe. Hi, Judy. Joey. Yes, yes. Hello. Hello, hello. Boy, it's so nice to see everyone. Ramona, Tammy, Beltex. Yes, Todd. Jeannie. Yay. Yay. I am so happy to be here today. Yes, finally. uh, can come on. Yes, I've been working lots of hours. Lots of hours. Very sore feet. Not used to being on my feet. No, 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 no. So I am so happy to feel good today. So happy to be here. Yes, everyone. Well, we have a lot to go through. Now, let me say, I'm looking at my computer screen and the whole line up top is completely filled of stuff to go over. That's how much is going on. And I know a lot of us aren't seeing it. Um, so I'm excited to go over it with you so that we can go ahead and find out what's really happening out there. So, yay! I'm super excited. I'm not going to be able to answer a whole lot of questions today because we have a lot to go over. And I mean a lot to go over. Okay. So we're going to start and we're going to just dive right into it. Okay. Yes, we are. Um, First, I want to go over from the last podcast when we were going over headlines and something I had emailed to everyone. Texted to everyone that I have text to. And hi, Elvis. And so I want to explain something because a few of you were a little bit thrown off by what I had sent to you. And I'm going to go over it again because I know it needs a few times to go into your heads. Hi, Joey. And that way we can go ahead and understand how that works. Okay. So, what I want to go over is when you see an article online. For example, my screen in the front, when I turn on my internet, I go ahead and see Bing, right? So they'll show you like the top articles of the day, right? And it'll just kind of page through like 10 different articles. Well, on that main screen, you can click on any of the articles or you can just see the beginning captions. Well, when you see the headline of the article and the article has something in quotations, okay? Like, for example, let's say um, Dawn's a mean mom, right? And it's in quotations. Now, your first instinct as a human and what you've been taught all these years is to go in and read the article, right? Well, I don't want you to read the article. I want you can, but if you do, it's going to confuse you. What I want you to do is I want you to read just what's in the quotations. Now, if you start doing this on a repetitive basis, you're going to find out what they are trying to get to you behind the scenes to get information to you without physically telling you and without physically putting it into the article in the way they want you to take it. Okay. Now, that's the first step of learning these quotation articles. There is another step you can do, which is research possibly those quotations. Or sometimes they do it and want you to do gematria. So there's different things that they want you to do with this. But the ones that you can understand and know what they're trying to get to you in just reading the quotations is big enough for you to feel like something is going on in the background. Okay. And I'm going to show you a few of those examples today with information that you need to know. And I will show everyone today what I texted the other day so that everyone can understand what I'm talking about. And when I get to that article, I will let you all know that this is the one that I text and that everyone's on the same page then. Okay. Because it was a huge, huge find. And I mean, very big find. And a lot of you were like, I don't understand the Biden. No, wasn't about the article. It was about what was in quotation only. Okay. So we're going to begin with one of those situations. And I'm going to go ahead and get right into it because we have lots to go over. And I mean lots to go over. All right, so let's go right away into the first article. Now, this was yesterday, okay? And the headline reads, Crimea is a red line, and red line is in quotation. For Putin, NATO defense minister says, okay? Now, you could read the article. It goes on, shows you some stuff, but remember, truth is mixed with lies. The only thing I'm concerned about is the quotations today. Okay? I'm not going to go over the articles because a lot of it is fake. Remember that. So, red line is in quotation. So now let's go and let's get to the next one, which is explaining the red line. Now, what I did is I used DuckDuckGo as my search engine, and I DuckDuckGo'd red line. Now, right away at the very top was the definition of red line. And red line is to refuse to provide mortgages, insurance, or other goods or services to areas deemed a poor economic risk, particularly when the residents are non-white. Okay. It also means to reach the maximum engine speed at which an engine is designed to be safely operated. It also means to mark or highlight edited text as with a red line to distinguish it from unedited portions of a document. So I believe when I read this red line now in quotation, I believe we are talking about either or, the first or the second meaning. The first meaning, red line, I know what that means because I'm in that business, right? So basically, what they're saying is that they will not give a mortgage or insurance or other goods or services to poor areas. Okay. Mainly your major cities that have the poor rundown areas, they will not advertise or they refuse to give a mortgage or insurance to those areas. Or people that are non white or a different race. So I think that is huge because that's coming out in the news right now. Also, to reach the maximum engine speed at which an engine is designed to be safely operated. So, what they're telling me is that they're going as fast as they can with getting information out for it to be safe for everyone. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope it does. So, that's what they're trying to get out to us. All right? Next. Here's another article. And this one is basically down here is scientists discover hidden treasure. And hidden treasure is in quotations that is spewing out inside of Earth. Okay? Now, you and I both know that that doesn't make any sense except for the quotation of hidden treasure, right? So, what they're trying to tell me is that there is the hidden treasure that's going to come out. That's what they're telling me. It's going to be spewing out. All right. Next. Remember the last time at the last podcast where I said cats and we talked about the lion? Remember, those cat articles or videos are very important. And you need to pay attention to every one of them. Hi, Twyla. Nice to see you today. All right, so this article says cat causing, and in quotation, rail chaos after falling asleep on a toy track delights viewers. Okay, so when you see this rail chaos, what comes to your head right away? If you were to just look and think of rail chaos, what comes to your head? I want you guys to answer this. Hi, Legina. What comes to your head with rail chaos? Trains. Yes, train wrecks. Yes, trains. So we know that there's chaos in the train system right now, right? That's what they're telling us. Either it's going to come out in the near future, or it's already out and you haven't seen it, or they're telling you that this is going on so you can prepare appropriately. That's literally what they're doing. Okay? So train rail chaos. All right? Oh, of course you're going to do that to me. Huh. Let's see if I can. No. So basically, I found an article and now it's not available. It was taken off. Isn't that lovely? Yes, it's lovely. So basically, they were talking about um, all the stuff with the thieving, right? And the talk about the strike and all of that. That's going to come out again. All of that's going to have some time to be coming out one more time. All right, next article. This one says Jim Cramer just predicted that an economic wave, in quotation, economic wave, will soon hit the US, and it will be, in quotation, fantastic for investors. Okay? But is that a good sign or a bad sign for the stock market? So if you were to read just economic wave and fantastic for investors, do you really need to read the rest of the article? You pretty much know what's coming and you know what to expect, right? Now, this was posted today, 4 hours, well, a little longer than 4 hours ago, but this was posted today. So we have to be able to understand that it's coming. That's what they're telling you, to be prepared, that it's coming. Okay? You and I both know what's coming and what to expect. Next article. This is an interesting one. So this is coming from Disney Fanatic, and it says Disney's Even Stevens, in quotations, I keep doing that, Even Stevens, actor dies at 28. So yeah, that's great. Something we know is about to happen with the deaths of celebrities and all that. But the quotations is what you want to focus in on. Even Stevens, right? So when you go in and you actually look up, oh, look at that. 2 days ago, right here, from collinsdictionary.com, it says even Steven, definition and meaning. And it's also above here in the free dictionary. And it says even Steven, definition, having no balance of debt, neither owing nor being owed. What? Also in this one says general sporting terms, sport with an equal score, 3. General sporting terms, evenly matched advanced sport informal with an equal score. I like the first one. Having no balance of debt, neither owing or being owed. Just buy me a drink and we're even Steven. Right? Now tell me that's not awesome. That's what they're trying to get to you, that it's coming. Right? They're letting you know in advance. It's coming. So I found an article, and this one, oh, get my mouse working properly. All right. And this is pretty cool. And this is what I like to look at. Okay. This is one of those it's not really an article, it's like a video. I know you've seen like these little shorts, right? And hi, Cora. And so what happens is that they tend to lead you to another short video and another short video and another short video, but they're putting things in these videos and the headlines in these videos. Okay. So you got to pay attention to this. So this one has the Da Vinci glow light will light up the moon this weekend. Here's how to see it. The phenomenon causes the crescent part of the moon to glow brightly while the dark side is visible as an overcast. I seen this last night. So you should be able to see this tonight, tomorrow night. Go outside and take a look. Lots is happening. I think this was really cool to see actually. So get out there, enjoy it. It's one of the cool things to see. Now, when I clicked on this, right, it led me to more. Okay. So this one says Studios AI stance on human obscenity. So that human obscenity is in quotations. So again, they're talking about AI and human obscenity, right? And that's what Sean Penn talks about on there as well. But he's talking about supporting the Hollywood writers. Okay. All right, let's keep going. I don't want to make anyone dizzy, but I gotta scroll down to go to the next one. Wow, they might have changed it on me. Okay, so like this one in capital letters also means something. And what does it say? Only haters will say it's fake, right? So we know who the haters are. They say it's fake. Okay. Yellowstone. That's in quotations on this one. So Yellowstone would be good to look up and find what's going on with Yellowstone. I didn't do Yellowstone because that one didn't come up in my search. I know I've seen it before, but it's okay. This one's in capital letters. He got hit in the face. So we know what that means, right? Get hit in the face, right? With the black eyes. That was old. That was from January. So yeah. So don't forget that. Oh, it seems like they went in here and changed everything on me. Isn't that nice? Unbelievable. Here's another one from January. Boy, they really like to take my stuff out on this one. But that's okay because we got lots of others. And I will pull them up. All right. I don't want to make you guys dizzy, so we'll come back if we need to. All right. Here's a great one. All right. This was posted today. Now, this is an article I want you guys to read with me. And this is a great one. All right. Hi, Gloria. All right. So this one says a $7 billion gift tax suggests one of the world's richest people secretly died. What? This was today. So it says here that the Treasury Department recorded a single day collection of $7 billion, the largest since at least 2005. Questions have been raised about just where this money came from. Possibilities range from a billionaire getting divorced to one of the richest people in the world suddenly dying. One of the richest people in the world appears to have died and nobody noticed. A quick look at Forbes' real-time billionaires list of the world's richest people will show familiar names like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Warren Buffett. In this day and age, it would seem impossible for someone to accrue that much wealth with also attaining the fame or infamy that comes with it. But were it not for an eagle-eyed economist economist, sorry, from Wharton, none of us would have ever known that there is someone out there whose potential total wealth is $35 billion or was $35 billion. According to the Daily Mail, John Rico, Associate Director of Budget Analysis at Penn Wharton Budget Model, was pursuing the daily reports made by the U.S. Treasury Department when they stumbled across a report from February 28th. Within that seemingly mundane report was a record of $7 billion collected by the Treasury Department from a single individual, the highest single day collection since at least 2005. Daily reports that a Treasury Department spokesman confirmed it did not make a reporting mistake, and an IRS spokesman said that it was unlikely the result of a backlog. As for who this money came from, the Treasury Department will provide no information due to privacy rules. Right? Now, there's also a video playing back here talking about the ones who have left Britain's rich are losing money. Okay? And they're talking about people who have come off the billionaire list. So, this is a great video as well in this article from their news. Okay? So, any information we have on this mysterious billionaire has to be gleaned from that February 28th report and redefined with a hearty amount of deduction as speculation. Here's what we do know per Daily Mail. The tax was either collected when someone worth $17.5 billion died, or if they transferred a colossal gift of the same sum. This would put them in the top 100 richest people in the world, ranking alongside the likes of Cleveland Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert and Jeff Bezos' ex-wife Mackenzie Scott. So we don't know for a fact that this mysterious billionaire is even dead, since they may have simply gifted someone $17.5 billion and paid the resultant tax. It's even possible this is a result of a wealthy American divorcing a non-American spouse. But applying Occam's razor, odds are a wealthy American somewhere in the world just learned you can't take it with you firsthand. As for their potential total wealth, the Tax Policy Center's calculations put it around $35 billion, with the Daily Mail notes, would make him one of the 100 richest people in the world. To which we'd like to point out, the assumption of gender is a bit presumptuous. We can't begin to guess the preferred pronouns of the now probably dead billionaire who seemingly hoarded their wealth like Smug in The Hobbit, and we won't try. So, just who had all this wealth that's now been transferred to the Treasury? Was it a child of generational wealth, gallivanting about the globe until their dying breath? The kingpin of a criminal enterprise who always greased their proper palms to keep the feds at bay? Is it D.B. Cooper, having made some really good investments with that $200,000 in hijacking money? It's D.B. Cooper, isn't it? You know what? Let's just all pretend it is until we know it isn't. Makes it all more fun. That was a good article. Love it. So we know some stuff is going on in the background, right? That's a great article. Hi, Dregs. All right. Let's go to the next. All right. This was today, too. Washington Examiner. Very low interest rates may return. Fed analysis finds with major ramifications. So, what I found interesting with this was that there was a lot of information in here about lower interest rates, right? Well, you have to understand that we know that lower interest rates are coming, right? And that's what they're trying to tell you. They don't know with today's society or today's movement, well, what we know, but what's coming in the future, we know it's going to be. So they're also telling us probability modeling indicates about 68% chance of a recession in the next 12 months. So now they're actually talking about it, but they're trying to talk, saying very low interest rates may return. Well, we know they are. That's why they're bringing it up. Washington Examiner, right? So when we go look at this one, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, you don't have to understand what the bond rates mean, but you can look right here that they have dropped significantly all since March of 2022. It's just gone downhill since. Okay? Now they're showing you the probability of the US recession 12 months ahead of term spread readings. So down here at the bottom in March of this year, it wasn't that big of a deal, but then it just spiked up through the roof from May of 2023 to April of 2024. So they're telling you in the next 12 months, it's most likely going to be a recession. And we know already it is. And we're already there. So they're trying to get this information out now, is what I'm trying to show you. Okay? All right, next one. Freedom Caucus says no further discussion. And no further discussion is in quotation. Okay? On debt ceiling until Senate passes House GOP bill. Now, in this one, it also has other quotes down here, and it says dead on arrival in quotes, and it's repeated. Same thing with no further discussion. In this article, it is mirrored, meaning it's twice, right? So dead on arrival, they're talking about, and I researched that. And this is what I found. VinFast, the next blockbuster EV company, question mark, or dead on arrival. So what they were trying to do was for me to find, or you, to find this article. Now, this is what you're supposed to be reading, okay? And what they're talking about is this EV company. And they're talking about public consumption, green car reports, motor trend, two-row, all of the above. Okay? They already have 55,000 orders globally for this car. And we know that they're trying to hobble this car out. Okay? Now, I also found, when I looked up that, I looked up the SPAC because it talks about SPAC in here via a SPAC merger. Okay? So I was like, SPAC merger, and SPAC is in caps, right? So I said, oh, let me look that up out of curiosity. Oh boy. What did I find? Okay, this is from 2020. Playboy, Paul Ryan, and SPACs, the biggest stock market story of 2020. All right. So what they're trying to tell you here is that they are involved in the stock market in a way that you're not understanding what's really going on in the stock market. Okay. If you let someone else take care of that, you'll still have at least heard about them. So basically, what they're saying is if you've had someone take care of your stocks or investments, you might have still already have heard of SPAC. Okay. They're also called blank check companies. And they've turned private outfits like Virgin Galactic, DraftKings, and multiple electric vehicle startups into stock market stars, at least for a little while. Yes, we're delving into the stock market, which can steer into jargon territory fast. But a few factors make SPACs worth a gander for even the most financially illiterate. And they include former House Speaker Paul Ryan, Playboy magazine, and a pile of money that has topped $50 billion. Don't worry, we'll tie it all in together for you. Okay. So, what's the special purpose acquisition companies or SPAC? In the most basic sense, a SPAC is an alternative to the well known IPO or initial public offering. An IPO helps bring a private company public and into the stock market, but it takes a long time and a lot of support. On the other hand, a SPAC does its own IPO with the express purpose of acquiring a business in the future. They're called blank check companies because when they start, they essentially do nothing. People invest in them with the hope that the SPAC will become the launching pad for a profitable company and they will then be on the ground floor. But there's a time limit. If the SPAC doesn't take over another business in 2 years, then it can call it quits and return the money to investors. So, what do you think's really happening? Um, they're trying to start a company with nothing and tell people that, oh, this is a great company. Come and invest in us. We're in the stock market. Yay! We're trading now. Yeah, we're making money. And really it's not even open yet. Yeah, that's pretty much the basic comprehension, right? That's crazy. So now let's see. One of the most prominent transactions was between Virgin Galactic, Richard Branson's space tourism company, and a SPAC formed by former Facebook exec and social capital founder Chamath. Okay, I'm not trying to even say that last name. Polyhapadia. He raised $600 million for the SPAC social capital when he took it public in 2017, which he did because he believed the IPO process is broken, as TechCrunch wrote at the time. A year ago, in October 2019, Heda Sophia merged with Virgin Galactic, taking a 49% stake and making it the first publicly traded space tourism company. Do you see where I'm going with this? So, your stock people, if you got someone who deals with your stock, you might want to ask them what's really going on. What do they have you invested in? If you don't know, you might want to know. Okay? You probably should have done it years ago. You might not even have time for that, right? Before it happens. But at least you can kind of try. So you might want to reach out to them people. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now, I'm going to continue and skip on because it talks about Tesla's stock market boom, Lordstown to Nikola started flocking. They all did SPACs. But this one was very interesting. In August, former U.S. House Speaker Paul Ryan announced his own SPAC. Oh, no shocker. Executive Network Partnering Corp, which raised sorry, swallowed wrong. Sorry. Um, which raised 360 million during a September IPO. Then in October, Playboy decided to go public again. Hugh Hefner actually brought the magazine and its various bunny-clad entities to the stock market all the way back in 1971. But famously made the company private again in 2011 after years of declining valuation. It's no secret that the brand is in murky waters in 2020, thanks in part to the end of the print magazine, but that hasn't stopped Mountain Crest Acquisition Corp from valuing them at $415 million. Look out for the merger soon. So remember, this was in 2020. So that very well could have already have happened. Okay. So I just thought that was very interesting. And it goes on and it talks about General Motors. It's got a lot of companies, a lot of things in here. I'm not going to go through all the details, but it kind of gives you an idea of what's really going on in the background with the money. Okay. And that's what they wanted you to see. They wanted you to understand what these politicians and corporations are really doing. And what are they doing with your money, right? Because isn't this your money? Isn't it your investment? So you might want to check this and figure it out in your own time. Yes. Okay. All right. So now let's go on to the next. All right. Here we go. Remember we were talking about the Feds cutting the interest rate? Well, this was yesterday. If the Fed cuts interest rates during recession, it would be, and then in quotation, the worst of all possible worlds. Okay? So they're telling you that the worst of all possible worlds is coming. That's what they're telling you. Okay? Be prepared. Quotation, Market Watch, right? This one, we all know what's going on with MTG. And this article says she wants to impeach Joe, and the White House called her push a stunt. Stunt in quotations, right? That it's a stunt. All of this drama, every bit of it is a political stunt. Necessary resources and policies. I go through and I read some of this. I click on some of this. Articles of impeachment, all that good stuff. You can go ahead and read about that. I'm sure it's all over the news. And this is USA Today. But this is interesting. Now, let's talk a little bit about how we've heard like Walgreens, Home Depot, Target, that they're closing stores, right? Walmart's. And a lot of the talk of the reason was on the news that it was because of high theft, right? Well, it's not. And I've told people this. It's not. And it makes sense that that's not the reason why they're shutting down. And the reason why I say that is because it's pretty much a write off. But let's really see what's happening with the theft, because they said it was about shoplifting, right? People like us going in, not me, but normal human beings going in, stealing from their stores. So, in quotations on this one, it's not people shoplifting. So, they're telling you it's not because of people shoplifting that these retails are closing their stores. Okay? The crazy thing is, this is one of those articles that you can continue reading and you can kind of feel it out, but you can also look into it even further. But basically, what they're telling you here is that it's not about just retail theft as far as you. What this is about organized retail crime, period. So there's groups of people that will literally go in and thieve thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of merchandise, and then they go and they sell it. So what they've decided to do, which I looked into it, as I said, and this is what I found on congress.gov. They filed in January Combating Organized Retail Crime Act of 2023. So Chuck Grassley introduced this into the Judiciary Senate. Now, it hasn't passed Senate yet, hasn't passed House to the president, become law. It's only been introduced. So basically what it says down here is to combat organized crime involving the illegal acquisition of retail goods for the purpose of selling those illegally obtained goods through physical and online retail marketplaces. Now, your mind can go in different directions with this. Am I right or wrong? So it could not just mean certain products, okay, is what I'm saying. Retailers have seen dramatic increase in occurrences of organized retail crime, costing retailers approximately $720,000 per every 1 million in or 1 billion in sales in 2019, representing more than 50% increase in such losses since 2015. Further, according to the National Retail Federation, the use of violence or aggression is increasing in the commission of these crimes, with 2/3 of retailers reporting an increase of violence during the commission of retail theft. So they're trying to pass a bill that is actually going to get these people down for reselling their product that they thieved. All right. So, again, you didn't hear about this, but it's there. So they're acting upon it, and that's what I was trying to show you, the connection. See how they do it? All right. Here's another one. Rich dad, poor dad. That's in quotation. And the other quotation in this article is crash landing, right? So he's telling investors they should buy Bitcoin and gold. I wouldn't listen to everything. Remember, mixed truth with lies. So it says Bitcoin, silver, and gold as good investments. mixed with lies with truth. So I would focus in on the gold being truthful, Bitcoin possibly being fake, false. So crash landing in quotation. What's coming? A crash landing. A rich dad, poor dad, right? We know what's coming. All right, here's yesterday at 1:57. No quotations here, but just read the headline. A huge chunk of the U.S. could see blackouts this summer. What? Yeah. Yep. Now, we don't need to read why because we already have a feeling we know why. Elevated risk. That's in quotations, right? Increased rapid deployment of wind, solar, and batteries have made a positive impact. Yeah, okay. So we know a huge chunk of the U.S. could see blackouts this summer. Yep. We know that, don't we? Yes, we do. All right, we're getting interesting now. Woman reveals the brutal reality of what it's like, in quotation, living the dream off the grid. So living the dream, right? And this was posted at 12:12. Now, when I went ahead and added up certain words and I found a connection, I got to 12. 12, 12, 12. It was all together. Now, when I look in here, it talks about Joshua Tree in California, off the grid, peace and quiet, right? Joshua Tree. And then I believe in the next one, I think it talks about when I looked up Joshua Tree, I found a very interesting situation. Libra 5, the ritual of the mark of the beast. What? What? So there's a lot of information in this. There's 22 pages. It gives you lots of information. I have not gone through all of it, but there's a lot of it in here. So if you guys want to read it, I'll be happy to send it to you. But I thought it was very interesting about the ritual of the mark of the beast. Yes, I did. Okay. There was. What happened to it? I think it's coming up actually. All right. So you guys, I can email that to you. You can go ahead and read it for yourselves if you'd like. So China warns against geopolitical games. So again, in quotation, this was today, geopolitical games. So what they're telling you is they're playing their games. We already know about all of this with their political games, right? Debt limit talks in Washington, the G7 and this and that in China. And oh, yeah, there's just tons and tons of information of geopolitical games. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can. Let's pull this one up. Oh, we talked about that. So they're doing the debt ceiling. They have till the end of the month. I have a feeling that they're going to play this out, like I said before. Drama, 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 drag on, wake, wake, wakey, wakey, right? Wakey, wakey, wakey. So we're waiting for people to wake up and we're trying to show them what's really happening with the money, but they're not listening, right? So we've got that going on. All right, let's go here. Find this interesting. Recreational marijuana laws, tobacco use, and 10.2 billion in potential healthcare savings. So it sparked a debate among public health experts. Uh, some feel that it's got a negative impact. Some feel that it does not, that it actually helps, shedding light on recreational marijuana laws. A lot of talk about the cannabis. A lot of talk about it becoming recreational. Okay. So when we go through this, all of a sudden I found another article today. Well, 16 hours ago. Even the New York Times admits legalizing marijuana was a big mistake. So when you look up big mistake, that's in quotation, right? Big mistake. Big mistake. I find this. Windows 11 is so broken that even Microsoft can't fix it. What? Are they warning us of something? I wonder what's going to come from this. They're warning you. Get your stuff off the computer if you have it. If you want to be totally safe, right? Surely I would worry more so about the internet. But I'm telling you, nothing's a guarantee. And they're telling you that they cannot fix it. And it's also at Windows 10. All right. And it's data related to Microsoft Office apps and apps that are integrated with Office software as well as Windows and Outlook. So, Outlook would be an email server type of thing. So, if you want anything out of Outlook email, if you're using it, you better save it. You better save it onto a hard drive of some sort. All right. I apologize. Okay. Now, what? Who are the newly revealed Jeffrey Epstein contacts? This was yesterday, 4/11. What? We're talking about new contacts from the infamous Black Book or in the public flight logs of passengers who traveled aboard his private jet? What? So we got a little more out. Bill Gates, Leon Black, Thomas Pritzker, and Mortimer Zuckerman. So we've got these new people coming out if you haven't heard. Yes, 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 yes. I don't have to go through the whole concept of what went on with him. We got the former Israeli Prime Minister, Ehud Barak, Leon Botstein, president of Bard College, William Burns, CIA director, Noam Chomsky. Okay. He was teaching at MIT. Terje Rod Larson, noted ex-diplomat. Joshua Cooper Ramo, a FedEx board member. Ariane de Rothschild, chairwoman of Edmund de Rothschild Group. Catherine Rumler, Goldman Sachs general counsel. Lawrence Summers, ex-Treasury Secretary and Harvard president. Peter Thiel. So we've got a few more that were leaked. Hello, hello, hello. Let's keep it going. Tell them, leak it all. Let it out. Let it rip. All right, here's China. Unthinkable is in quotes. That's what I'm more worried about. Unthinkable. So when I went through this whole article, there was a lot of misspellings in here, a lot of stuff going on in here. And I know that we've got a lot of stuff that's happening because of this. And one of the things that brought me to after my gematria was this article. The largest year-over-year jump in the 20-year history. What? In quotations. Again, the largest year-over-year jump in the 20-year history. Now it says, continues on and it says, Americans now have credit card debt. Here are 3 smarter ways to deal with it. Okay. So I'm more worried about the largest year-over-year jump in 20-year history. We know that something's coming, am I right or wrong, that should put us over that 20-year mark. What would it be? Maybe some finances, right? Then it also took me to this. 10 insane disguises that actually worked. So they talk about some things in past history about disguises. And I'm going to scroll down. We have 10, the Trojan horse, right? The belly of a great wooden horse. They wheeled the horse to the gates of Troy and said, "Yo, dudes, we give up. Before we take off, please accept this noble steed as our gift to you." Then the Greeks boarded their ships and sailed off. So we have that. Then you have Jeannie Hodgers. Okay. She disguised herself as a man so she could fight in the American Civil War. Right? So we've got her. 8, Ellen and William Craft. Jeannie Hodgers disguised herself as a man and gained entry into some of the biggest Civil War battles on Southern soil. A few people, such as Ellen and William Craft, used the same trick to escape the South and win their freedom. As slaves living in Macon, Georgia, Ellen and William Craft were married, but they decided not to start a family until their children could be raised in a free state. 7, Shi Pei Pu lived and worked as a man, singing the Beijing opera and teaching Chinese to diplomats' families. In his role as instructor, she met a French embassy clerk by the name of Bernard Borzicot, whose only sexual experiences involved men, was determined to fall in love with a woman. That meant she was out of the question, right? Wrong. She convinced Borzicot that he was actually a woman who had been forced to go through life as a man because her father required her son. So that's some crazy stuff they talk about. Then they talk about Willie Sutton. Disguises and bank robbers go together like Rama Lama Lama K Ding a Ding Ding a Dong. So these were theatrical people. He was the bank robber known as the actor and Slick Willie because of his prolificity for disguises. He frequently posed as a Western Union messenger and arrived at a Target bank or store just as it was opening. So he was a bank robber. Mimic octopus. The animal kingdom abounds with masters of mimicry. One creature taking the form of another in order to gain protection from predators. So this is an octopus that mimics. Okay, so now Dr. Ernest Tree Morrock. Some people, the Leonardo da Vinci's, the Nikola Teslas, and Albert Einsteins of the world, have an uncanny gift for creative thinking, right? So then they talk about basically efforts and freedom war and all kinds of things that went down during that time, and they had to pretend and disguise themselves, just like he did. Helium disguised as hydrogen. That's another one. Bob Zumada plays Andy Kaufman, playing Tony Clifton. Okay, here we go. This is the number one. Project Greek Island. Disguises normally hide people, but not always. Sometimes a building can be used to conceal something within its walls or under its floors. The Greenbrier, a luxury hotel located in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, has been a favorite disguise of the U.S. government for decades. During World War II, the State Department leased the hotel to hide away hundreds of German, Japanese, and Italian diplomats and their families until they could be exchanged for American diplomats stranded overseas. Okay. So they talk about this Project Greek Island. So then I go look this up, and I'm hoping that's the next one. No, of course not. Wondering if that's what's not showing up. That's spinning. That's okay. But basically, if you have time, go look up Invisible. Oh, here it is. Why isn't it? Invisible House. That's weird. It won't open. I know why, because I have too many open. But that's okay. So basically, if you look up Invisible House, it's a glass house out in nowhere land. Okay. And I found it interesting because, in my opinion, I really thought that it was going to be something that they would use for like a criminal so they can see everything. Everything. Right? All right. So, next. Disney to close Star Wars hotel that opened in Florida last year. Anybody know that? Hey, anybody know that they even had a Star Wars hotel that opened up here? I guess it was very expensive. They're saying it was like $4,800 for a couple. Look at that. That's the beds. Got a little bunk beds there for a family. Yeah. But they're closing it. It's not even a year old. And they're closing it. Star Wars in quotation. Changing business conditions in quotation. Really? I think it actually relates to Star Wars, maybe. Um, Space Wars, Space Force, whatever we have, might be related to that. Yeah, you think? Just maybe? Space Force? All right. Here we go. Cat one suits him. Now, if anyone was paying attention, Wizard had on a card shirt the other day of the king card, playing card shirt on. Suits him, right? Suits. That's in quotation. Suits him. Okay. So now what I did is I put suits him in. And it says, while these two words are close in spelling, their meanings do not overlap in any senses. Suit can be a noun where it means a set of clothes or a type of card in a standard 52 card deck. It can also be a verb where it means to fit or to be acceptable or to put on clothes. Sweet is only a noun, so we don't need to know about sweet, but suit. I find it interesting about the card, right? And he had a shirt on that had a card, right? King, right? The trump card, the king. That could be interesting. Yes, yes, yes. So one of the things that was on one of those videos that I said wasn't there, and I think I actually seen this one, but scrolled through, it had in quotations catching a mouse. So I went ahead and looked it up, searched catching a mouse, and this is what I found. The best ways to trap mice. Okay. And lo and behold, it has 11 ways. Oh, 11. So it just talks about peanut butter and tips of getting rid of mice. But here's the thing. It says, can you beat 41 catches in 3 weeks? It almost talks about them catching mice. And they talk about the mice only coming out at night. Right? Before going to bed every night, they only come out at night. The best way to catch a mouse is to bait and set at least 6 traps. Don't you find this funny that it's telling you in here basically what's going on? 41 catches in 3 weeks? That's literally what they did. Right? Let's keep going. All right, so then it's funny because they talk about the plumbing. This is where you're going to find the mice, down below in the plumbing. What? That don't make any sense, does it? But when you think about it, and who are the mice, right? Yep, exactly. Those are the mice. Keep them out. Yep. How to catch mice. We all know that. Okay. Free play mat. Now that was in an article. I don't know why that article is gone. Boy, they must have known I was coming on, huh? So let's go here. So I looked up free play mat. That was in quotations on another article. So when I looked up free play mat on DuckDuckGo, this is what I find. The 2023 NBA playoff scheduled bracket, Celtics host Heat in Game 2 on Friday. Nuggets go up 2-0 on Lakers. Okay? Well, let's look at who's in the playoffs. So we know we got the Boston Celtics, the Miami Heat, the Denver Nuggets, and the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh my gosh. So we know Lakers, Miami, Denver, Los Angeles. We know those are all bad. What about Boston? Oh, Celtics? Wasn't Mr. T just in Ireland? The Celtics? What do you think's going to happen there? Just maybe, who could win this? Is there another reason why he was in Ireland? Sure, probably. But I find it kind of curious, weird that the Celtics is in there, along with three crappy cities. Not saying Boston ain't, but we know how bad the corruption is in those three cities, right? Yes, we do. So then I go and I find this. Oh, look at this. freeplaymat.league.fantasy.nfl.com. Are you kidding me right now? So they're talking about the NFL, is what they were talking about. Trying to get you to go and realize and do your research about how all this betting goes on and how they make money and what website helps that, right? Okay. So don't think it's not happening, because it is. Here we go. Move on. Cats are liquid, and these pictures prove it. Okay, so I'm sorry. Cats are liquid? Really? Well, what does that mean? So, in my eyes, when I read this headline, cats are liquid, um, sounds to me like something might be coming liquid. Just saying. Just saying. Could be. All right, here we go. Lots and lots of talk between yesterday and today about the Bible. So you have an ancient Bible just sold for $38.1 million. And here's why it's so important. So they talk about the Hebrew Bible written in the late 9th or early 10th century. And it was purchased Wednesday at Sotheby's in New York City for $38.1 million. So they talk about who bought the book, why it's expensive, what did the Codex Sassoon name come from. So this Bible and this information is all coming out. It's all written basically on like parchment type paper. They show you a little video like you were just seeing. So if you're interested in that, you're also welcome to look that up. This is on USA Today. They talk about this ancient Bible that just sold. Next Bible situation. So this one talks about fragment of a 1750-year-old New Testament translation discovered. Okay? So a lot of information about Bibles are coming out. Right? So several translations of the Old and New Testament they talk about in this one. So you got the Hebrew Bible, you got the um, New Testament Bible they're talking about on this one. And then let's go to this one. Was today, scientists have discovered an ancient hidden chapter in the Bible. So we have that too. Now, this was from Popular Mechanics today. So they talk about scientists found a lost portion of a biblical text about 1,500 years after it was initially written. So they talk about that as well. Okay. Scientists are paying attention to interiors of stars for signs of alien species. Oh, great. So I believe it's an interpretation of Matthew. Um, you can read about it a little bit more. It doesn't give you word for word, of course not. But it's kind of it's an interesting read with all this Bible talk out there. All right. Then it shows, I looked up on Sotheby's, the remarkable history of Codex Sassoon. This was done February 15, 2023. So if you're looking for information on that Hebrew Bible that was sold, you can come here and read about this Bible. Okay. And gives you a lot of great information on it as well. All right. Talks about the crown, king, and country of coronation celebrated as well. There's stuff, all kinds of things you can click on this website. Found it very interesting. Okay. All right. Let me pull up. All right. Did anybody see this going around? This one is in congress.gov, and it says, in the matter of Adam Schiff. So, Representative Anna Paulina Luna introduced to the House Ethics Committee a resolution. And what that means is basically she's giving them information and a resolution. And they're saying that they want Clause 2 of the Constitution of the United States Representative Adam Schiff be and he hereby is expelled from the House of Representatives. So they want him expelled due to ethics. So they've submitted that, is what they're saying here. Now that doesn't mean that it happened. What that means is when we look up what is a resolution in Congress, it's a matter concerning the operation of either the House of Representatives or Senate alone is initiated by a simple resolution. A resolution affecting the House of Representatives is designated H.Res. Followed by its number. They are not presented to the President for action. Okay? For more information, then you click and you can read about concurrent resolutions, joint resolutions, simple resolutions, if you would like. Okay? Basically, it's introduction and referral to the committee. That's what they were doing. All right. Now, so we got that going on, right? Woo woo. We're trying to move along. Yes, we are. Let's see if this was, I don't think this was anything. All right. Talks about, here we go. Resolve the resolved clauses for a resolution. Tell the reader what action which should be taken to solve the problem set up in the whereas. The resolved clauses should be the strongest part of your resolution. The first word of the resolved clause should be a verb and should show what will follow in the clause. So basically, like she just pointed out what she believes should happen, right? All right. This is now what we went ahead and I sent to everybody. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And this is where we had questions, right? This is the one where people were like, huh? Stuart Varney, Biden is setting up the greatest wealth transfer in history. Again, don't read the whole headline. Just read the quotations. Greatest wealth transfer in history. What? 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 Is they not telling you what's going to happen? Are they not? Yes, they are. They are telling us what's going on. Yes, Sigs, that was in the house. That other one. So does everyone understand now the quotation thing? That it wasn't about Biden getting the credit. It wasn't about Biden at all. It was just about reading the quotation. Greatest wealth transfer in history. That's what they're trying to tell you. Do you remember truth mixed with lies? That's why you can't always read the article if you don't know how to discern the truth mixed with lies fully. Now, I'm not saying that all articles are lies. I'm not saying they're all truthful. What I'm saying is, if you don't know how to discern, you can at least read the quotes and you can listen to what they're trying to tell you. It's a great time saver, and it's a great way of looking at what's going on behind the scenes. Okay? Bring it on, God one. Bring it on. Yes, yes, yes. Okay? All right. I'm going to take a quick break here, and I'm going to show you a beautiful, beautiful picture of Ashlyn Siggs's daughter. Is it sharing it? Should be sharing it. I don't see it sharing on the screen though. Why am I 30 seconds behind? There it is. I don't know why my phone was 30 seconds. My internet on my phone must have went down. Isn't she beautiful? Oh my gosh. This is Siggs's daughter, Ashlyn, prom picture today. Look at her beautiful dress. Look at the colors. Oh, I love her hair, her purse, her shoes. She's so beautiful. Siggs asked for me to share it with all of you. She's so proud. I'm proud of her. She's so beautiful. Yes, she is. I love it. Love, love, love it. I love the color. I love the dress. It's so gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Oh, Mama, you're going to be so. I keep an eye out on her now. Oh. I know she's going to be an adult here any day, but still. Oh, so beautiful. Yes, she's so pretty. Proms everywhere. Proms. You know, I wouldn't do it because it's creepy. Okay? It is creepy. But I would love to sit there and watch all of them just walk in. Maybe go volunteer maybe one year at a prom and just see all the beautiful dresses, all the handsome men. Do they even wear tuxedos to proms anymore. Do they? Maybe with a colored vest or Cumberland or what? I probably Cumberland's probably no go. But do the boys, men, I shouldn't say boys because they're young men, do they dress up like that still too? Real pretty? Handsome. Not pretty. Handsome. I wonder. They do? Oh, that's awesome. See? That's awesome. See, I would love to watch all of them dressed up, hair all done. How often do you see these young people dress up like this? More so adults, because let me tell you, I don't. I wish I did. I think that maybe is something we should bring back, right? We should have more dances like this, like ballrooms and, things like that. Who knows? Doesn't even have to be dances, just get-togethers, a big dinner, fancy dinner. Yeah, not expensive, just dress up fancy, look good, feel good, right? Oh, I'm so proud of her. She's so pretty. Yes, she is. Thanks for sharing, Sig. She's beautiful. Yes, she is. She's absolutely gorgeous. All right, here we go. Let's move on. We got Alaska House passes bill to make gold and silver legal tender. This was a week ago. So we got Alaska on that list now. So there's quite a few states that are making gold and silver legal tender. Wonder why they're doing that, but we're just wrong. Right? We're just wrong. We are wrong. All right, new study claims alternate reality could exist beside our own. What? What are they trying to tell you here? Yeah, they're talking about a little bit about space, but I don't even think it's really about space. I think it's about like Washington. That's my opinion about reality, right? That's how I take it. Boy, I'm sorry, guys. You can tell I work a lot. So sorry. All right, now here we go. Here's some other great stuff. Uh, FBI and local police execute sudden raid at Florida Trump Towers. Okay, so I want you to understand, I find this very interesting because the Trump Towers in Florida are not owned by Trump. Okay, it's Russian owned company. Uh, yeah, crazy, right? Exactly. So what they did was he went ahead and got oh, see, he defaulted on his mortgage, maintain ownership, Detroit. Okay, so basically he got authorization to use the name. Okay, and that's pretty much how he did that. So it's not something he obtained licensing to use the name, brand to name the towers after the former president. Okay. They do not own, Mr. T does not own that Trump Towers. But I find it funny that it was raided. Um, Maybe twice, something raided, right? Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Twice rated. Twice rated. Yes. That's what maybe that means. Okay. Oh, wow. 3 days ago, Iraq issues ban on US dollar transactions to bolster usage of Iraqi dinar. Oh, well, that's interesting. So now we're not using US dollars anymore in Iraq. They're banning them, if you haven't heard. Okay, here's a funny one. Not funny, but kind of cool. Tom Hanks says AI is so advanced that he could star in Hollywood films long after he is dead. What the heck in the world would he even say something like that? Really? Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe because he might already be dead or is going to be dead? Huh? Maybe? Just maybe. But why in the world would they talk about something like that? That's a little odd, don't you think? I do. Right? All right. Did you guys know that the CIA launched a Telegram channel 3 days ago? Yeah. Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. They launched their own Telegram channel. Yes, they did. Huh. Wonder what happened there. Be careful. All right. Next one. Oilprice.com. Chief executive of America's largest oil port unexpectedly resigns. This was 2 days ago. Oh, so basically he quit. Wonder why he quit. That's kind of weird when you're chief executive of America's largest oil port and you just quit. Wonder what that's about. Very, very interesting, don't you say? Okay. Excuse me, breaking news. Breaking, if you haven't heard, 4 days ago, Elon Musk subpoenaed in Jeffrey Epstein case. Huh? Did any of you even know that? Subpoenaed. Yes. He is accused of having a connection to convicted child sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. JP Morgan Chase allegedly allowed Epstein to use its bank to launder money and facilitate sex trafficking. The lawsuit claims that Epstein may have referred or attempted to refer Musk as a client to JP Morgan. Um, Sound a little suspicious? Sounds like to me like they have some serious stuff going on there. Wonder if that's finally going to come out, right, guys? Gone with the wind, Vicky says. Yep, gone. Gone, gone, gone. He's gone. Yep. That's good news. All right, here we go. Former Biden nuclear official Sam Brinton arrested. That was yesterday. That was that crazy one looking. Yep, he was arrested. Absolutely. At his home in Montgomery County, Maryland on Wednesday. Yes, he was. And here's the jail report. Yep. All right. Let's go to the next. Well, we already talked about that. Let's go to this one. Senate Dem under new investigation could be forced out if charged. Right? An investigation into Senate Bob Menendez of New Jersey has now expanded to include North Bergen Mayor Nicholas Sacco, another influential politician in New Jersey, the outlet reported. All right, so we have them going at it in court, so that'll be interesting to find out what happens there, right? Let's go to, oh, we want to go to outside the country a little bit. Guillermo Lasso, Ecuadorian president's impeachment trial starts. I'm sorry, but this is the BBC News. Why do we have all this stuff? If you're a non-believer, you shouldn't even be reading this because this just shows you it's not just our country going through this. It's all countries going through this. And this is one way of proving it right here, right? Ecuadorian president impeachment trial starts. So we're having impeachments everywhere, right? Oh, wow. Breaking. This was the other day. Soros funded St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner resigns early. Will leave office today. Today. She's Soros funded. She left. Adios, amigos. Hasta luego. Adios. Auf Wiedersehen. Yeah, baby. Get up. Stand up. All right. This is exciting. This one. I can't wait. Are you ready? You don't even have to read the article. Just read the headline. House votes in favor of broadcasting Guantanamo Bay proceedings online. What? So we're not going to have things on TV, but they're going to have it so you can log in and see it for yourself online. What? That's how I'm taking this. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. You got it. So they talk about proceedings of other stuff and blah, blah, blah. But we all know what this is about. Yes, we do. It says, through though several barriers have prevented the public from staying on top of the proceedings held there. So they're going to start being a little bit more transparent. What? Hello. And that's from the Washington Times. Yes, it is. All right, a little bit more outside of the country. This is from Africa Chat. Buckle up, we fell down the white spiritual boy trust rabbit hole. Right? So this guy talks about Ramaphosa stole more money than exists. So once again, one of their people, just like us, one of our people, our government officials like theirs, basically took everybody's money, including stuff that wasn't even there. Yes, yes, yes. That is awesome. And they talk about conspiracy theories and oh yeah, that's such a winner chicken dinner. Alleged fund was a scam. Yep. So there's a lot going on there. Yes, it is. All right. Now, what I want to go through now is time frame, right? Yes, Vicky, it's all coming out. Yes, it is. Yes, 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 it is. All right. So, what I want to come out with is there is a date that there was two dates that could have been New Year. And I know in the beginning, and a lot of people had discussed that April 1st was the new year. So when I did my calculation based on April 1st of our calendar being the new year, I was trying to get to what would have been February 19th, which would have been this past 16th. Remember, I was saying I think it's going to happen on the 16th? Well, after looking back and re looking everything over and recalculating everything, and I believe it was the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. I can clarify that, but I believe it was April 14th is really the new year. So when I calculated that, that takes me to be May 30th for the EBS. That would be your February 19th is May 30th. Okay. Now, I know a few people out there are saying June 25th for it to be done. Okay. Well, when I go through my timeline, that matches completely up with May 30th being the EBS date. So, what I've come to the conclusion of is that we're going to have pretty much a month of hell. So you better be prepared. Now, RV, Nasara, Dasara, whatever. Do I know any of those dates? No, and nobody else does. Nobody. If I were you, I would count on being the end of June at the earliest, just to be safe. Now, it could be next year even, but my opinion is if this EBS does not go off by May 30th, it's not going off until next year. Sorry to say. There's no other calculation that I can find, and that's just my opinion. That's just where I feel. That might not be how you feel. That might not be how you want to feel. And that might not be based on your research. If you want to know for sure, do your research, and we can always talk amongst each other and try and figure it out with what you found. But what I found, that May 30th date would be February 19th. It coincides with the June 25th date as well, and it all fits together like a glove. Now, 10 days of darkness, could that happen during the EBS? Sure. Could it be happening now? Sure. Could it happen in the future, like maybe mid-June? Sure. It can happen at any time. But I do believe that EBS is going to go off on May 30th. Just an FYI. That's a guess. Don't hold me to it. I'm doing it based off of calendar research and timing of that. Okay. Now, uh, yeah, I would think the RV would have to come during the Sarajasara. However, I don't know for sure if they just go ahead and do it and we help people. I don't know. However, what I will say is that we're going to have to help people regardless, whether it's money, whether it's time, whether it's emotional support, um, sharing our food, our necessities of life. We are going to have to do that and be prepared because it's coming and it's going to come quick, all in one day. Could it be the stock market crashes on the 26th, floats into Monday for the real crash, and then all of a sudden EBS? Then all of a sudden you got Mr. T coming in trying to fix the problem. He does. We go through the process of talking about colonies, yada yada. Maybe the internet goes out or whatever, but we will all figure it out, right? All of us. But I want you all to know that please don't take anyone's word for it, not even mine. Nobody really knows the truth, not unless you're part of their movement and you have worked with them from day one. I know, Beltex, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. But February 19th on a Julian calendar would be May 30th if New Year's was April 14th, I believe. All right, guys. Lots going on. Lots. And you need to pay attention. And don't be afraid to look around. Yes, I still believe by June 1st we could RV. Yes. But that doesn't mean that it's for sure. We're just guessing. Nobody knows for sure. It's just guess. Okay? They're not going to tell us for sure, but does it look like it with all the information that's out there? All the stuff that they're putting in articles, all the stuff that's out there in podcasts, all of everywhere. The news even is showing stuff and saying things. Yes. Yes. I know I just made everyone yawn. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Said the word. Did it again. It's contagious. Yes, money runs out June 1st for the government. Yes, it does, Sigs. You're correct. So hopefully that will be the day it gets kicked off. Yes. Yes, so May 30th, then you have 31st, right? And then the 1st. So that would make a lot of sense, right? It really would. Really goes in nice and easy. May 30th. Buzzer. Push the button. Yes. All right, everyone. It was a blast. I know I didn't spend much time with you directly, but we had a lot of info, a lot of great things to show. We have more coming. I hope everyone had a fantabulous week. We've got another great week coming. I will be on again on Monday. I will not be on Saturday or Sunday. I will be on Monday. I do have to work till 10 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. So I will not be on those 2 days. Monday's my next time available in the evening to be able to come on. So thank you, you beautiful family of ours, all of you. I love you. Have a great night and have a great weekend. Bye. Love ya. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Love ya.